Here's my one biggest tip for sounding smart when you talk to people. And I'm not going to give you all these fancy little things of first words that you have to say or use these little techniques. The one thing that I have done that people go like, wow, that's going to be hard to beat. Well, how did you know all this stuff? Is because I practice those conversations that I have over and over and over again, maybe to an obsessive extent. And when I talk to people finally about certain topics or certain subjects, whether it be politics, economics, business, creator economy, anything that happens to come up, it is not the first time that I've had this conversation. I've had this conversation probably 10, 20, 30 times with other people. I've had it in my head while I'm in the shower, while I'm walking home, and I have just reworded it over and over and over again. Because not only does it mean I can effectively convey what I want to convey, but it means I understand that concept to the utmost extent where I can fundamentally explain it and understand it at every level of the process. So when someone asks a question, I'm not necessarily having to think how that question applies and reimagine all the ways that my knowledge is around that subject. Rather, I have already preemptively thought of that question and know how exactly that applies to the concept in which we are discussing. It means I can get it out pretty much instantly, to the extent where people, like literally my tutors are like, well, that's going to be hard to beat when we've done group presentations, or people just automatically assume I'm older than I am, etc. So if you see people who are really eloquently putting things together, or you really want to be like that and really say things that sound like you know what you're talking about, don't stress too much. It is because they have done it over and over and over. And that means it is something that you can do too. Just talk about the things that you love and talk about it so much and to such a level that you really understand what you're talking about and you know how you're going to frame these ideas together so that it's not the first time that you are saying it when you come to someone, rather you have already done it so many times that it just comes natural to you. If there's any other tips that you guys use for yourselves to make yourself sound coherent and really create an understanding of what you're talking about, I'd love to hear it down in the comments below. And here is a video that YouTube has recommended for you, and here's a video about why I think athletes should really prioritize building a personal brand for themselves.